There's just certain people that have adventure in their hearts, as we use the words today. Honestly, that word has become a catchphrase in the motorcycling community, just to talk about motorcycles that have capabilities of going on all different kinds of roads, both paved and unpaved. It's a catchphrase of sorts today, used to sell motorcycles. You start thinking about it, an adventure bike, you can't help but to consider the rider and the type of person that would buy an adventure bike. And it's a rider that's got a mindset that he wants to go do more than explore the paved roads that everybody goes on and explores. He's got a mindset of wanting to go see things that he's not seen before. For me, that's what happened many years ago when I got an 89 KLR. I just really wanted to go see some roads and explore some places that I haven't seen before. And I've been on motorcycles since before I was old enough to have a license, and I've been touring with my dad behind him on his motorcycles, and you know, you've seen so many places and done so many things that when I got my first adventure bike, which was a KLR, it just opened everything up to me. And man, I started exploring places just around my hometown that I've never seen, and places I'd never been before. And it opened it up an area of motorcycling and an experience in motorcycling that I'd not ever given any real thought to. On occasions, I'd wonder where a certain road went, and I'd go down the little paved roads and they'd turn dirt, and I may ease down them for a little ways, and if things looked kind of bad, then I'd definitely decide that I needed to go on, turn around and get back to pavement. Let's see if I can ease by this vehicle here. And opened up a whole new era. And honestly, an adventure motorcycle can be absolutely any bike that you want it to be. It's a bike that you take to go have an adventure on. What I'm doing this vlog with today is a Harley Davidson Super Glide. I mean, I've got full fairings on this thing, and panniers or saddlebags, whatever you like to call them, and definitely not marketed by anybody as an adventure bike. A few people would take it on a quote-unquote adventure, but she does pretty good. I've seen people take V-Stroms places that they shouldn't go, and all kinds of motorcycles. An adventure motorcycle is really only made in an adventure motorcycle based on the individual riding the bike. I know adventure bikes that's never seen a dirt road, not even a gravel driveway. I say go buy whatever style bike you want to buy. The point is, an adventure motorcycle is made such by the guy riding it. We've seen a lot of rain. First real day of sunshine we've had in a little bit. The roads are muddy, and this road we're going to take, it's got a bridge on it, so we'll see if it's passable. It's a low water bridge. But adventure motorcycles should be a motorcycle that when you get on it, it makes you want to go ride your motorcycle. It's something that gives you a sense, I guess, a sense of accomplishment, and something that makes you feel good when you're riding. And I mean, here I am on this Super Glide, but you ask, why would you take a Super Glide down dirt roads and gravel roads? And it's because this is the bike I enjoy riding. So the adventure concept for me got started, like I said, on a KLR. Bumped into a guy named Tim Bernard. He introduced me to touring on it, and motorcycle adventure touring became a part of what I enjoyed going and doing on a motorcycle. You know, the truth of the matter is, in our today's lives, well, there's not a lot of risk involved. There's not a lot of adventure involved in what we go do from a day-to-day basis. And adventure motorcycling, or motorcycle exploration, which is really what adventure motorcycling is, opens up a sense of adventure to us, an unknown. I mean, we're heading out on this road. We don't know how far we're going to make it or how far we're going to be able to go. We're on a bike that a lot of people would say you shouldn't be on this road. There's a sense of adventure, a sense of accomplishment if we actually get through and go to the other side. So that's where we're at with adventure motorcycling. Oh, let's slow down here. That has the appearance of wet clay. There are no knobbies on this bike. There we go. Wasn't too bad. So I recently got a friend that decided to get into adventure motorcycling, and I knew what was going to happen. He said, well, what do you think, John? I said, well, if you ride one, you're going to be hooked. And then once you start riding it, you're going to start questioning everything you know about motorcycling and everything you do on your current bike. Now, this guy, he's a cruiser rider. He enjoyed his Harleys and had some Indians and the like. I said, it's going to mess you up. I just want to go ahead and warn you that it's going to change the way you do life, the way you do motorcycles. And it did. He ended up on an African Twin, and then went from that to a GS. His wife ended up with a V-Strom, and they absolutely love those motorcycles and the world that it has opened up to them. They're not hardcore off-road riders or anything like that, but man, what I'm doing right now is not hardcore off-road riding. Potholes all over the place, and you're not careful, really slick spots, but I'm not doing anything hardcore. What we're doing today is just a casual ride, have a conversation about motorcycles, adventure motorcycling specifically. So if you would ask me, John, I want to get into this adventure bike thing, what do you think? I think it's something everybody ought to give a try. If you're asking me what motorcycle that you should try, you really need something that speaks to you. There's a lot of advice out there on the internet and on the web for you to decipher through. But even once you've read all of that, you need to find a bike that speaks to you in some way. Whether that's a 650 KLR, a DR 650, maybe even a 250 Super Sherpa, those are great little bikes. Or whether you want to jump on a V-Strom or a GS or any of the bikes out there, or even a Sportster. Go jump on what you feel good riding and go have a good time on it. And more important than the bike, go get some training. Go find you a class somewhere that teaches you how to operate a bike off-road, especially if you haven't done that. Yeah, folks, here we are at my bridge. I wasn't sure if we was going to be able to cross. Looks like right before the bridge, and just out there past it, it may be washed out. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, I think that's a little deep for the old Super Glide, and you probably can't see it. It's a decent ways across, but the other side there's a big log in the road, and if you can see it, just this side of the log, it just takes a sharp dip, like at least half of the road right there is washed out. Tell how the water just all of a sudden drops off there. I believe we'll pass on this today, which leads me to another thought about adventure riding. Adventure inevitably involves taking risk, and really a good adventure rider knows how to manage risk. Get into a school, it'll help you analyze risk as you learn how to ride your bike. Find you a bike that you enjoy riding. And I really think a great place for anybody to start is, depending on what your desire is to go do, is a 650 single, kind of a big adventure motorcycle. Those are called dual sports, but especially the KLR really is more adventure bike than dual sport, and DR 650 leans a little more towards the dual sport bike, but they both fill a similar niche. If you're going to be doing this kind of stuff, exploring the back roads, maybe 1,000 V-Strom would be good for you, or Versys, or somewhere bigger CC multi-cylindered engine. This Harley would be great for that. Anything you sit on can be an adventure bike, whether that's a sport bike, a scooter. Scooters. I had a 50cc Honda Spree when I was a little kid, and man, me and my brother beat the fool out of those bikes. We took them on the trails out around behind the house and through the different neighborhoods, and we went through mud puddles and crossed creeks in them. Oh, we beat the snot out of those little Honda Sprees, which truthfully, that goes to prove the point. Anything you ride can be an adventure bike, because adventure isn't in the motorcycle, adventure is in the person. This is slick. These Dunlop American Elites are some serious off-road tires now. Whoa, this is up over my feet. So, about all we've got with the adventure topic. You got questions, you want to see something covered, or maybe there was a certain aspect of adventure riding that we didn't go into, or the details of it, then just shoot it down in the comments below, and we can cover those things. And till next time.